don't really want to do this, but I actually have already beat the game. I have to upload that, right? I'm actually just finished that. I'm gonna upload that, and I think it's finally time to talk about SEELE. Now, I don't have her, SEELE, Sao. I don't have her, you know? We just did a summon video for her because she's just so popular, so I'm just gonna support a random one, and we're gonna basically utilize this opportunity to see, did they even build her correctly, I guess I should say. You know, like, is this one correctly built? Because I haven't watched any guide on her. I just know that she pretty much does a ton of damage. And even though looking at the crit rate, crit damage here, I usually don't even look over there, but it's just going to be pretty good because for me, it's going to allow me to see when I do these reviews if I'm actually accurate. Because I want to see if I can come up with the same conclusion that a really popular video. So I might even pull up a video. I don't know. We'll see. I probably won't do that. But, so you guys let me know, because I know a lot of people probably already watched 1,000 different videos of her. Looks like he even has her E'd up. Oh, damn. We have an E6. I was actually watching Tenya do, he's trying to do a solo build of her. That's how strong she is, by the way. Doing a solo simulated universe run of her. Like the last version when you're fighting Coco Chanel, and it's really crazy to see that she can basically kind of solo it if you get the right type of RNG. Simulated universe is pretty crazy. Anywho, sorry, let's just go straight into it, right? So let's check out her skills. She is a quantum character, I should say, a quantum from the hunt. Usually I only mention that in the like cone. Basic, right? And then you have the skill, right? So we have the skill increases her speed by 25%. For 2 turns and deals quantum damage equal to a percentage of her attack to a single enemy. Pretty basic, right? We're not even gonna read the bonus stuff here because it's the speed boost effect. Okay, that's basic, right? So she just does quantum damage. Single target. What could possibly go wrong here? Look at the ultimate. Enters the buff state. Oh, damn. And deals a ton of quantum damage to a single target, right? And to the word spaghetti. All right, let's go over here to the talent. Enters the buff state upon defeating an enemy with a basic attack, skill, or ultimate, and receives an extra turn. Can I? Oh, I actually can click it. Extra turn. Gain 1 extra turn that won't expend your remaining turns when taking action. During this extra turn, no ultimates can be used. Interesting. While in the buff state, the damage of SEELE's, I say SEELE, right? But I think that's a SEELE or something like that they say in the game. The damage of her attacks increased by 65% for 1 turn. Enemies defeated in the extra turn provided by resurgence, which is what this is called, will not trigger another resurgence. So if she kills someone with a skill, basic attack, or ultimate, she will then not get another one based off of that. But I think it is in here that she actually gets another one. It's basically, she cycles this, and this is why, like, you guys see her like taking infinite turns. It's kind of insane. Her technique is relatively irrelevant, but it is nice because it's after she's using a technique, she gains stealth. While in stealth, she cannot be seen by enemies. And when entering the battle by attacking, she will immediately enter the buff state, which we know as in here. The buff state is that while she's there for it, she'll get buff. It's pretty good if you want to burst something down, depending on what you're doing. That's why I like the simulated universe, that you could actually utilize the talents you could actually... you can utilize the techniques. Sorry, I messed that up. But you can utilize the techniques in simulated universe, unlike certain boss fights where if you don't know what's coming up, you have to like pre-buff. But this one's pretty cool for her. So yeah, like after this is gonna be in her other part of it. So let's just see a little bit. I'm gonna do a thing. I'm gonna use this one. I think I'm just doing 1 run, right?
Don't mess with me.
So you guys have probably seen it like this. You press the E, magic starts happening. Resurgence popped off, basic attack, and unless you get the ult, as you can see, she almost is ulting.
What a headache.
What a headache. Boom, reset, resurgence, and then pretty much this thing is dead. Oh yeah, you can't use the ultimate in the resurgence. That is correct. That is correct. So I messed up there.
Don't mess with me.
Look how much energy she gets back. It's insane. Resurgence can't trigger another resurgence. But as you can see, using the E twice allows me to get enough energy, because I've noticed this. I don't know if you're aware of what's going on. Is that when you use the E, I feel like you get more energy back, regardless of the character or anything like that. Leave me alone. I feel like no matter what character you use, when you use your E, I feel like you get more energy. Sometimes I feel like it's built in. Alright, let's slow it down. Let's see all its and bits and pieces of this lovely ultimate.
Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
I'm over here.
Let me end your
Too much damage. The E also slowed down is pretty sick too. I'm over here. Behind you. Too smooth. Get the auto attack. Slow motion. Very basic.
Let me end
Damage state. See, like I do auto here into an E. Didn't get enough, but you saw when I double E'd, I got enough. E into E is better than auto E, depending on like unless you have like something that gives you energy through light cones or through relics or whatever like that. So yeah, let's check out the traces, see if there's anything here that we can pick up after using a basic attack. Sure, her next action will be advanced forward by 20%. That's actually pretty good, especially in rounds where you're trying to give her extra turn. Her being fast, as you can see, she goes first, and having stuff that advances her forward is pretty good. Now, again, these are the traces, so this has nothing to do with dupes. This is just as you keep investing into the character. As you can see, boom, he has +1 there. This person has invested into the character a little bit. Get the levels going up. Increase the speed, just more damage. When current HP percentage is 50% or lower, reduces the chance of being attacked. Now that's pretty cool, but you know, that's only in situations where all of a sudden she starts getting attacked. She gets lower, then it reduces the chances. I mean, she will not be hit at all. Then you have this one, when she is in the buff state, her quantum resist pen increases by 20%. That is super important. Penetration goes straight through the jugular, so that's pretty cool. So let's then go into the Eidolon. So like I was saying, I think I was watching Tenha's stream, and he was trying to do a challenge of not using any of these, right? So when you even get the dupes, you don't have to immediately use them. So if you want to like have a challenge or something like that, you can easily do that, or if you have multiple accounts. So he didn't have any of these. But when you do have some of these, I'm pretty sure it becomes crazy. So let's read it. So first one is going to be, when dealing damage to an enemy whose HP percentage is 80% or lower, crit rate is increased. So that's pretty cool. So the initial damage that she does, so let's say you E and then you ult, that ult is going to do a lot of damage, and specifically because it's 80% is super high. So that's a lot of reasons why you see her doing a ton of damage, is that she gets like pretty much free crit once they've taken even a little bit of the damage from her. So that's pretty easy to utilize that. So that's easy to use right there. Boom, level 2. This is the dancing butterfly. We saw this. The speed boost effect of SEELE's skill can stack up to 2 times. Her skill, I think you get stacks up once, and I mean that's pretty good. 3, we always know. 3, I think 3 and 5 are just allowing you to level them up or whatever. So what is 4? SEELE regenerates 15 energy when she defeats an enemy. So based on like I was showing before, is that the E into the E. So the E has to kill something. She's all about getting a kill. You definitely need to get a kill. But that's what it is. That's how she cycles her turn, right? So as you saw, when I did 2 like basic attacks or something like that, even though one of them killed, and then the second one, even if the second one kills, I can't get another extra turn because of the resurgence thing. So when you see her popping off like that, it's because she does E resurgence into auto attack or E, and I'm sorry, skill, and then she ults, and then the ult triggers the resurgence again, because the ult is like within its own separate dimension basically, and that's how she kind of cycles. It's about killing stuff. So when it comes down to, if they ever wanted to quote unquote nerf this character, they'll just have to make it that it's just harder for her to get kills. If she doesn't get any kills, then like a lot of the shenanigans that she does is not really gonna work. But that is why she is so damn strong. It's specifically for farming stages and for chunking enemies, and then if you can keep her protected in stages where she can't get a kill instantaneously, then she'll just do a big chunking damage, right? And then last but not least, this is if you have the E6, is this long passage that I've been avoiding. So after SEELE uses her ultimate, inflicts the target enemy with Butterfly Flurry for 1 turn. Enemies suffering from Butterfly Flurry will take additional quantum damage equal to 15% of SEELE's ultimate damage every time they are attacked. Now, that sounds insane, but I can't, obviously I would need to be fighting something that's significantly stronger than me so I could see that. This is something that's obviously supposed to help her in those matchups where, like I said, that she can't instantly kill something. So this is they're gonna take additional damage based off her ultimate damage. If the target enemy is defeated by the Butterfly Flurry damage, triggered by other allies, which is already telling you that, like, this other thing when every time they are attacked, not every turn. So I mean once per turn. So like, let's say if you're chaining ultimates, because I know I'm talking a lot here, but like when the quantum break happens, you could actually cheese the quantum break by doing quantum break, breaking them, and then using an ultimate. So one person gets like 2 turns. Plus, it also helps out her own turns. It's nuts. It's nuts, especially because she can cycle her own ult. But yeah, if it's defeated by, triggered by other allies, SEELE's talent will not be triggered, right? And then when SEELE is knocked down, the butterfly flurry effect inflicted on the enemies will be removed. So if she's killed by other people, her talent won't be triggered. What's her talent? It's resurgence. So basically they're just saying like if butterfly flurries kill something, she doesn't instantly gain an extra turn. Like it doesn't work like that. That's basically all it's saying. You know, which would be busted. Imagine like, I mean, it's cool for anime. That's very, very anime. She puts a debuff on it, then another character kills that unit, not even kills it, but then triggers the butterfly flurry damage. That kills it, and then you think she would get another turn, but no, they specifically prevent that. Makes you wonder if that was like in a beta and it was like too strong, and it was like, yeah, no. Cut that out. We ain't doing it. So that is that. So that's why she's so strong. It's just the ability, especially when she's chunking stuff or killing things, it just becomes crazy. Like I said, double E, she's getting so much energy. She gets energies off the deaths. She's actually would be in my wheelhouse of characters. I love characters that have death resets, or I just love stuff like that. But she's just insanely broken. I think that they should have released her maybe a little bit later, but some of the other characters that I've seen that are coming into the game from like I guess all other betas look just as busted. So I don't know. I guess it's just the rite of passage, right? So next up, I'm gonna go with the light cones. Let's see what light cones she has now. She has her own basically like premier light cone. So I'll try to go over that one last, which is right here in the night. It's busted. We've gone over some of these before, but let me just see. Let's say you only was able to get the character, but you wasn't able to get the best of the slot, right? You know, this is okay. When an enemy defeat, like again, if you're trying to play on the passive, increase the attack by 24%. Now, just also keep in mind that boosting the attack is cool, but if you can get something that says that it boosts damage specifically, that is way better. This one's not that bad either. Both of these, I remember there's darting arrow and adversary. Are about killing stuff. So if you're in the, like I said, if you're farming, both of those are fantastic. If you're not farming, getting some crit in the beginning is not that bad, especially for that first initial hit. Once it's below 80, she gets additional more crit, and then like all the crazy stuff happens. Then you just kind of build up her crit damage, if I'm being honest. So it depends on what you're trying to do for the blues, and obviously the blues you're gonna have maxed out fully. Meanwhile, these purples and this yellow are not going to be as stacked up as far as superimposed. Like something like this is actually pretty good. I just randomly clicked it, right? So entering the battle increases the wearer's speed by 8% and 12 damage by 12%, right? Obviously max is going to be 24, pretty much doubles, right? So that's cool. When the wearer takes damage, this effect disappears. This effect will resume after the end of the wearer's next turn. So if you're in there busting cheeks and you're going to be doing 24% damage, this is purple, so I could say eventually you'll get it maxed out, but you'll be doing additional damage, and damage is great because it just multiplies the damage that you're doing. So all that pen that we were talking about, all that stuff is fantastic, right? So this one is pretty good, especially if you're farming and you're going to just take turns, make your farming quicker. And a lot of the things that issue that I'm having with another game, Higan, is that like sometimes the farming takes too long, right? And like SEELE, she makes farming a breeze. She makes it pretty much a no-brainer. This one would help you do that alongside of the other two blues that I was just talking about. Now I get to mention one that's actually better for boss killing, right? So this is a really good purple here, 4-star. Each time the wearer hits the same target, damage dealt increases by 8%, stacking up to 5 times. Even at base level, 5 times 8 is 40% damage increase after you hit the character 5 times. Now, something like a Coca-Cola, I would think that I would have to actually test this, just to test. If I had this artifact, light cone, whatever you want to call it, I would actually test this because she goes into multiple different phases, right? So though she stays on the field, she regains health. I don't know if each phase actually counts for that, but that would actually be really good. Maybe, you know, maybe better than most because it allows you to have a stacking thing 40% after 5 times, especially with a character like SEELE that's so fast that she's going to be taking extra turns. Taking extra turns, and it's just damage. So if you E into alt into whatever the heck, you know, you're ramping this up pretty quickly, and then you start chunking them like crazy. So max level, this goes up to 16%. I got it. No, I don't need a calculator. I'm a big boy. So 16 times 5 should be calculator. Hold on. No, I think it's 90. That's 90%. Hold on. Quick math tells me it's 90. 16 times 5. I hope this is why you need an accountant, right? I thought that yeah, 3 go to so 80% damage increase, pretty good. Like, pretty good. That's damn good. That's insane increased damage as long as you're, again, hitting the same thing, which is really good for boss killing. Now, this I like. Increases the damage of the wearer's basic attack and skill by 24%. So, increased damage of basic attack and skill, right? So, it's a character that wants to sit there and not use their ultimate. But a lot of the times, you want to use her ultimate almost instantly. Because it does say this effect increases by 24% when the when the wearer's current energy reaches max level. So, sitting on an ultimate with her, you would actually chunk like crazy. 48% damage. Obviously, there's more mathematicals to that. But that's insane. You know, base level, by the way. So let's max level it real quick. 48 plus 48 is insane, but it has nothing to do with your ultimate. And as soon as you lose the ultimate, you lose the additional effect here. As you saw, we got 80 just for smacking the same character around. There are some characters that are perfectly comfortable like sitting on their ultimate, but I think that most characters you want to use it. But if you have subscribed for more, you will sit there and say, well, let me just sit on our ultimate until it's the right time. But a lot of times also, let me mention this too, with her resurgence, you can't even use the ult until you're out of resurgence. So you'll get one E or basic attack that will do a ton of damage based on how this works, and then you use the ultimate. But she also gets her ult a lot quick, so it's not like, I guess, the worst thing in the world. So maybe, what, is there, I know you guys think it like, is there a bad one? I don't know. I mean, swordplay seemed kind of, not swordplay. No, that's the one I said I liked. Only silence remains. I was like, yeah, increase attack and plus crit. It's kind of booty. Let's see, return to darkness. See if this one's good. Booty. Not for what's currently in the game. Very cute though. And I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna save the in the night because it's the one that you definitely want to use on her. So where it's crit rate, increase the crit rate when the HP is less than 50. When the yeah, no, not at all. I'm surprised that's even a 5-star, but for some reason I guess it is. Increases the wearer's crit damage. Okay, we're in the right wheelhouse. When the wearer's basic attack or skill does not result in a crit, increase the crit rate. And that's pretty much it. I mean, the problem is that this is a yellow. And eventually you're doing this all to get like that 50% crit damage increase. Which I think you can increase your crit damage just by getting like different relics. So, hard. And last but not least, In the Night, which is her premier thing that most people are going to be using on her. I mean, she's literally on the thing. And it says increases the wearer's crit rate by 18%. Who cares? While the wearer is in battle, for every 10 speed that exceeds 100, the damage of the wearer's basic attack and skill is increased by 6%. And the crit damage of their ultimate is increased by 12%. This effect can be stacked up to 6 times. So you pretty much need, what is it, for every 10 speed over 100. So I would say about, what is that, 160, right? So now, how easy is this to do? I'd say pretty damn easy, because the fact is that you have speed, you give yourself a speed buff with your own talent. So that is one of the ways to kind of easily get some additional speed. Plus, if anyone else gives you some type of speed buff or anything else that has to do with that. So, boom, that's a good way to do it. Plus, your own actual influence in speed by, what am I trying to say? Through your own gear. There we go. Your gear can help you out. If you somehow get this maxed out, you get 30% crit rate. You get 10%, 10% thing, 20% additional on the thing per stack. So yeah, this is where the Super Saiyan whale territory comes in. But over time, maybe you'll get this. But yeah, if you get this maxed out, you have a hunt character pretty much doing the Lord's work, right? So not to say nothing, but like I think that this one is a nice, good if you have swordplay. I kind of like swordplay because, like I said, you have a higher chance of getting this stacked up, and like we saw, it's 80%. 80% is not that bad, especially like I said, if it stacks on the same Coca-Cola, which is I think the highest thing that we currently have to farm in the game. And last but not least, let's go over some relics. See if there's anything crazy in here that we might like. Because we're already seeing the shit. It's damage, speed, damage, and speed. Is there anything else? Of course, we got the Genius of the Brilliant Stars. Increases quantum damage by 10%. Yes. When the wearer deals damage to the target enemy, ignores 10% of defense. Yes. If the target enemy has quantum weakness, the wearer additionally ignores 10% even more. Yes. And this is a 2 and a 4 piece, so like great. And then until you get, what is it, like the other 6 slots available? But yeah, you definitely want to have some fun with that, right? Is there anything else that's just as good? Probably not. This is pretty cool as a 2-piece. Inert Sasado. Increases the wearer's crit rate. When the wearer's crit rate reaches 50% or higher, the wearer's ultimate and follow-up attacks damage increases by 50%. Pretty cool. I really want to test this out, not necessarily on her, but I wanted to mention it because increasing someone's break effect by a lot seems that, because being able to break something is kind of important. So I kind of wonder how effective this would be. Since she has a lot of speed, she'll be easily able to get a lot of speed. This would be good on her technically, but just kind of curious. And that's about it. So what do you guys think? I mean, we already know that the character puts in work. So did I get it right? Did I accentuate the right things? Because like I said, this character has been already figured out. It's kind of the reason why I didn't really want to do it. So this is going to be one of the many videos that I drop in a day. But it just seems like this is like what you're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to summon for her. You're supposed to. She's just so figured out, man. It's just like it's cool to have it on your account. I like using it to farm things because of how brain dead it is. But I feel like I want to have my own character, right? I guess like it's the hippie thing to do. Like, oh, I want to use a character that nobody else uses. Like, honestly, I know people are starting to figure out Clara, but Clara is the character I would be investing in. She just seems really cool. And maybe, you know, maybe I'll do her next, or maybe I'll do Bronya and explain the stupidity of the combo that they are enthralled in, just to, you know, do it as a package deal. Anywho, that's going to be it for me. I'll see you guys in the next video. And if you guys have any suggestions, drop them in the comments below. Peace.